was in a lot of my favorite movies growing up and became kind of a familiar face. Um, he was both lovable in his unlikable and likable roles, and is a much cherished actor to me. And I'm very sad that he's gone and won't be in movies anymore. I immediately think of, for some reason, my brain immediately goes to and Gremlins when he's about to get bulldozed by the gremlin in his face. And then immediately, for some reason, in the Twilight Zone when he's, flirting with, what's her name?
Kathleen Quinlan.
Kathleen Quinlan. When he's flirting with her, I think that's a really good performance. When I say I grew up with Alien and Aliens, I grew up with them. I watched both of them pretty much every day from ages 4 on. They both scared the shit out of me, more part 1, Alien 1, the first one, than the second one, but they were very important to me. So when news came out around the time that I was really into them, that there was a third one coming out, I was so excited. I mean, I couldn't stop talking about it to anyone who would lend an ear. There's an Alien 3 coming out, and I'm so excited. I would watch the end of Aliens over and over again and try to speculate and try and figure out what the third Alien was going to be about. I'm like, was there something in that case that just went over into that abyss? It was going to spawn a sequel. I was so pumped. And then I saw it, and I was disappointed. I was disappointed. I mean, granted, I was scared. I was even scared by Alien Resurrection. We'll talk about that another time, but it's the alien that scares me. But the movie was really self-aware and snotty. Very, very British. And to a little kid, it lacked that, kind of Alien's charm with the, the combat and the explosions, and lacked the just kind of pure horror of the first one. And so I was really disappointed by it. And then much later in life, I bought the Alien 3 Blu-ray just for nostalgia and rewatched it and watched the director's cut, which is basically an entirely different movie. With this whole storyline that doesn't even exist in the original theatrical cut. And I actually really liked it. The effects are still really poor, but the movie is actually a much stronger movie than the one you saw in the theater. So to the diehard Alien fans out there, if you've kind of stopped at Aliens, I would recommend seeking out the Alien 3 director's cut and giving it a chance. I was actually met with exactly what I expected with that. I really like the first chapter. I didn't love it. I just like it a lot. B+. Which is a pleasant surprise because I don't like a lot of modern horror, like 1% out of 100%. I knew it was going to suffer in some ways because they usually do. So I had kind of mediocre expectations for it, and it was mediocre with some good moments. It had some difficulty telling the actual story, and I agree with you. I didn't like how they developed the adult characters. They condensed it even way further than they did in the TV version. That bothered me a little because
not the adult kids, but just the adults of the town, like the parents and stuff. Like, I remember they didn't focus on how like the parents were all so weird.
There was nothing. It was just all about them. I mean, there was nothing else going on. They kind of abandoned some things they were kind of, building. They were really, really building up Henry Bowers. I thought they would have taken it further with it chapter 2 than even Stephen King did in the book. Just the way they were, giving him a lot of back character. But they just kind of abandoned him. And honestly, he's as much like his role in the rest of the book as he is in the second part of the movie. So they were kind of just following the book at that point. But I know you like that character a lot, so I think you were bummed.
Yeah, I was.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, first of all, if this is like commonplace, if like everyone is aware of this, and I'm just another person aware of this,
I wasn't. You alerted me to it.
I haven't looked into this. Hand to goddess, I have not looked into this at all. So if I'm just talking out of my ass like everybody else, I haven't copied this from anybody, and I've just made this connection myself. I really love the movie It Follows, and the more times I watch it, I love it more and more. It's actually just getting better and better and better with every revisit. It's becoming one of my favorite movies of all time. And there's this connection in the movie that I would love to write about this movie, but I've spent the last few years actually just trying to figure out what to say about this, because I don't even know more than, what rudimentary reason, what obvious reasons the filmmakers and the storytellers wanted this to be. I feel like it's probably bigger than that. What's the significance in It Follows between all of the water imagery and the main character? It's everywhere. It's everywhere in the movie. She's safe in her pool when we first see her. There's a scene where she's sitting and looking in the mirror. She's getting ready for her date with the boy that ultimately infects her. And she's looking at a couple of pictures, and one of them is a picture of her in her pool, and she's smiling, and she's happy. At one point, they flee to, I'm imagining, Lake Michigan, or one of the Great Lakes, right? So they're by the water, so there's water significance, but she's attacked, and she's not in the water. She doesn't get in the water, so she's not safe because she's not in the water. There's a shot at one point where they show that at some point the creature or whatever it is has ruined her pool. It shows that there's like impression points in her pool, so it ruined her safe spot, her safety zone. The whole climax of the movie takes place in a pool. And at the end, when she has intercourse with her sister's male best friend, who she shared a first kiss with or whatever, it's raining outside, and it's a tender sexual moment. The actress at the beginning, she flees to the lakes too, and she's killed, but she's at the banks of the water, and she doesn't go in the water. Apparently, she's just on the water's edge. And then there's another shot where the main actress she sleeps on her car, and she wakes up and there's some boys partying on a boat out on the water. And then we cut to her she's all wet, and her bandage on her arm's all wet. So what does that mean? Did she go over to the boat where the boys were partying? Did she go to try to pass her infection, or did she go swimming? Like, is she trying to make herself safe in the water? So, I mean, it's just, it goes on and on. I'm probably, those are the first ones that just come to my mind. I'm probably forgetting some, but what is the significance? What does it mean? I'd love your input. I can think of a lot of really simple reasons or obvious reasons. She's safe and she's not safe, but what's the deeper meaning? I wonder what the artist's deeper meaning was there. I'm really curious. I feel like there's like one a year. There's like one good horror movie a year. There were a bunch of years where there were none. Wouldn't you agree with that? So, I mean, it's not great. It's not like the 80s or the 70s or the 60s, but we're on a very steady incline, I would say. I liked Hereditary, but upon second viewing, I liked it a lot more. I think I can forgive the box of, what do you call it?
The box of exposition?
Box of exposition, yeah. Because it just has, so much else, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of, I feel like it kind of works for the main character too, because it shows how fucking oblivious she's been her whole life, you know what I mean? That the whole thing has just been right in front of her face, and she's just been completely oblivious to it, and brought it upon herself. Do you know what I mean? By being a dumbass. Mm-hmm. I really liked Us. It was even better the second time. Devil's Candy was really good. That was excellent, and I can't believe that was the kid from Dutch. I was completely shocked by that. I couldn't believe that, and wow. I feel like that kid deserves an Oscar after that. You know, it's popular right now, like demons and you know, witchcraft and things like that. But yeah, some of them that have come out have been way better than others. Like Blackcoat's Daughter was really good. I really liked Demon in that. It was actually really scary. And I'm really looking forward to his Hansel and Gretel movie. I think it looks really, really good. I was immediately intrigued by the trailer. The Witch got a lot of praise. Everybody liked The Witch. I feel like I was like a first supporter of it, though. Do you know what I mean? Like, I was like, this movie is fantastic. And then everybody slowly kind of got on that bandwagon. I wanted like a poster of it immediately. Like, I thought this was a brilliant idea and one of the best endings ever for a movie. And I'm really pumped again for this guy's next movie. I think it looks really cool. As for James Wan, I like him. I liked Insidious, which was a surprise because I think I was turned off for a long time by the artwork. It just made it look like a piece of shit. But it's actually pretty good. It's pretty effective and really original, and I like it a lot. And The Conjuring is pretty good. I like it a lot. It has a few, you know, goofy effects or whatever, but overall, it's a pretty good movie. He's not the best horror filmmaker of all time, at all. And it feels like everybody is copying him, and everything that comes out is looking like a James Wan movie. And it's annoying. And that's why there's only one good horror movie a year, because very rarely does somebody want it to look like their own movie and not like his movies, which look like his movies. I feel like every generation has that, though. His movies are enough. We don't need more James Wan, you know? His style's enough. We're good. So do something else.